We got something exciting coming up in just a moment. But before we do that, should we talk about Joey Diaz? Should we talk about what's been going on with him? Because I can't believe the gift we received from Joey Diaz. It sounded too good to be true. I heard Steel Toe. The show that I listen to, Steel Toe, I heard them covering this. That's where I got the idea to also cover this. And it's episode 244 of Uncle Joey's Joint. This is Joey Diaz. When we last heard from Joey Diaz on the show, I believe he was threatening to kill us with his car. Remember that? She's guilty of laughter. You're guilty of laughter. And, of course, we like that, this is, again, a gift to us when somebody like Joey Diaz does something like that. We're hoping that this Jelly Roll gets into a similar situation. I want it to be with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll's been working so hard to get out of crime, right? He's been working so hard to, turn his life around and clean everything up and stay out of trouble and help other people. I want this to be the one thing that, makes him revert to his old ways, and we get him back behind bars, the place that he thought he was done with. I believe we could get Jelly Roll back in prison. And that's the kind of energy I like to give Joey Diaz, too. That fear that, all those, remember those times? Those are around the corner again. And that's kind of what Joey Diaz, I think, thinks. Joey Diaz seems to have been running away from some boogeyman in L.A. He talks about his story I had to get the fuck out of there, dog. But wait, why? Just because of the homeless people? The tent city was getting bigger? COVID restrictions? Joey seems to have fled L.A. for a little bit more than the homelessness and COVID he's let on.
He was talking about how he had to buy a gun and all of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's really, if you've been following any Joey Diaz stuff or heard him on Rogan, you'd think some incident happened in LA. You think his daughter got kidnapped at the park, so they had to get the fuck out of there. But what did actually happen to make Joey Diaz flee from LA? Why did Joey get so anxious during the Me Too movement? And why does Joey act as if he didn't get the fuck out of LA, he might find himself back behind bars? This is what I think. I think Joey did some sort of heinous Me Too. Heinous enough that he thinks if it came out, they're going to take away everything that he's worked for, okay?
Or he got a scare over that giving blowjobs at the Comedy Store thing that kind of was in the news with Joe Rogan, even though it was more focused on Joe.
They tried to cancel me. I'm out of here. Good luck canceling me in Jersey. I'm out. And it's almost like he thinks fleeing L.A. will protect him from the woke mob that's eventually going to uncover some dirty, dirty secret of his. But it's so childish. It's you're actually fleeing out. You think the problem is just because you're in LA. I don't know if it's he saw Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen, and he really let his paranoia do the work, with those milligrams. And he's letting his paranoia really put him in a place where he thinks that something's... I don't want to be in LA when they find out what I did. I don't want to... And it's almost as if, you heard the news, he's canceling his podcast. I mean, he's quitting. He's quitting his podcast, and it's almost like he thinks if he's not doing a podcast or not doing anything, then they have nothing to cancel him from and that he could hide out, kind of. It's almost as if he's really scared of something. Now, Joey, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I only have 4 stories about you that could land you in jail. That's it.
It's not that many.
So, Joey, I want you to know that I do have 4 stories that if the media heard, you might be sentenced to jail I don't want to scare him, of course. He doesn't seem like the type who likes that kind of news. But let's take a listen to his final episode here. Very interesting, too, because he's got the Patreon. Can we get that? Send that over his Patreon. Let's see how many people. Did it show the number before? Did we write down the number? And let's see what it's at now that he's quit his podcast. I think he thinks the Patreon is just free money that people have signed up just because they love him and they're just supporting him. But it seems like the Patreon is where he's making his living now. Remember, he's not doing stand-up comedy anymore, Jules. He's quit. He's not doing... I mean, this is pretty unbelievable for one of Joe Rogan's top guys that you can't hear enough of. He's quit comedy. He's quitting his podcast. I don't know how he plans to make a living. Let's see.
Sorry, I got to go to it on a different browser because if you're a member of the Patreon, they don't show you the number.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you got to go to a private. But let's take a listen to his...
No, looks like he's still the same.
Still the same. Isn't that amazing? And what's the number there?
4625. I think that's
4,625 patrons?
Mm-hmm.
Patrons?
Patrons.
And how much money is that? Does that say? Is he doing the money thing? Is it $5?
5, 10, or 15.
Wow, 5, 10, or 15, depending on how cool you think he is.
At least 23,000 a month.
At least 23,000 a month. So that's a scary thing for a guy like this to do. He's in New Jersey. He doesn't have much money. He never made a lot of money. You know, it's just Joey Diaz. You know, everybody thinks if you're friends with Rogan, now they all think that because Rogan has 200 million, that all of them have like 100 million. No, really only Tom Segura and those types and Bert. But Joey probably didn't figure it out. He didn't really optimize, you know, a strategy to make a ton of money off of this. And if he did, he probably blew it or he owed a lot of debts. This is a guy who had like bad credit, probably still can't really do much with credit. I mean, this is a real, like, immature adolescent guy when you hear some of these stories of his. Not tough guy gangster stories. They're almost like immature, like, stuff like a kid would do. Not like an old mafia man would do. Let's get into this podcast, episode 244. You're going to hear some insane things, and let's get the rumors flowing. What did Joey do that he's got to quit everything that he's doing? And now, you know, his response to my videos make perfect sense. We came along at a time where his anxiety was at its highest. He was in the middle of fleeing LA based on his anxieties and fears. Donkey Lips. Anytime you hear me say anxieties, fears, that's this guy, Donkey Lips, Michael Ray Bauer. That's how he talks. And it's, yeah, you just got to say fears and anxieties like that if you've seen him. But it's a man running away from a city. It's a man running away from his career that is doing really well. I mean, he's just on a book tour. Everybody's celebrating his book. There's not a comic alive that doesn't tell you that Joey Diaz is the best. Big fan base. Opportunity to make a ton of money. Why is he giving up? What is he running from? And can I use it against him to make this worse for him? Let's take a listen.
Go to 220 for 220 is bad.
220, the end of the ad. And let's see what he's saying here today. You're going to like this. Uncle Joey Show. I love that. Is that him palm muting back
What's
there?
happening, you bad motherfuckers? It's Thursday.
So remember, here was the first thing. You're going, Mike, what is this? Some AI? And it's so funny. His fans make these AI pics like this is what the fans want him to be. Like you want him to have like a cool neon room and you want him to be like younger and kind of tougher, not as slob-like. This is your ideal version of your Uncle Joey. That is very gay that you're sitting around going, yeah, look, this is my ideal Joey. So they've made him these photos to put on his podcast on YouTube so that there's a little visual element. But Joey has switched to audio only. This is another thing you got to go, why did he do that? I mean, he was doing videos. We've watched his video podcast many times. It was just a webcam in front of him, 2 or 3 webcams. His first move a couple weeks ago was he's doing audio only now. The future is audio. That's what he said. Didn't give us an explanation. He goes, guys, I've been doing this camera shit for years now. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. And it's like, what? He's talking about like we all know what he's talking about, but we don't. He's like, guys,
please explain.
I gotta be honest. I've been doing this camera shit with the video version for 6 years now. You all know that. It's time to move on. I gotta do it audio only now. And you're going, what? Why can't you be on camera? So we switched to audio only, and listen to this.
Hey, June the 1st. I'm very sorry we haven't been on here for a few weeks. We had a couple holidays, a couple fucking disasters here in our personal lives. Mike was in the hospital.
Somebody saying his producers quit, I think. Is that what happened? Now, why did his producers quit? What's going on? Because why can't he just say that? These guys quit. I got to wait till I find a new guy. But all of a sudden, he's shutting everything down. Let's hear him out.
For a weekend, and then it was Memorial Day weekend, and then, things just kept getting deeper and deeper, but we're all 100 motherfucking % on a Thursday morning. Everything's been great lately. I've been having a great time. I have not seen the Burt movie or the Sebastian movie yet.
Woo!
I see people already torturing them for no fucking reason.
Whoa!
They should be very proud about their accomplishment.
That's a perfect lead up to our next segment coming up. I like how he says, Bert's movie came out. Sebastian's movie came out about my father. And the first thing he says is people are torturing him. Yeah, I guess Bert's box office numbers weren't. Well, people will tell you all about the movie. But I love that that's part of this.
I feel bad, but hey, welcome to the motherfucking movie business. The situation at hand today is us talking about what's going on, what the future is. Basically, a couple weeks ago, and it had nothing to do with anybody. It was just, it's getting rougher to do this.
Listen,
it's getting rougher to do this.
I'm just working on something else here.
We tried it in the house for a while, and now... I don't know what happened over the pandemic, but I knew after the pandemic
listen
I
to
wasn't
this stuff. Don't mind me.
And some people could tell you whatever the fuck they want. I'll tell you how it is. I just wasn't the same. I could just feel myself pulling away from stand-up and everything else. When I moved here, I wanted to take some time to myself.
Those sounds.
Mike kept calling me and torturing me that I'm a loser, that I should do something with my time.
I never called him.
So I listened to him. I took his lead, and I could feel from the first 3 podcasts that I had lost something, that it was completely different.
What? Yeah, I know. We're here to lie. That's Joey, not me.
It's almost like when there's video, your brain kind of cuts that out automatically because you can. But
when it's audio, it's like, yeah, that's all you're really hearing.
Ooh, listening to this in headphones is like.
Yeah, don't listen to this part in headphones. Speakers. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And my headphones are very clear. Yeah, I'm hearing every lick. Me. He's like a mouse. He's like a little dinosaur. They wish he fucking looked like this. You wish you looked like that. All right, let's try to ignore that, though, because you got to hear what he's saying.
I wanted to do something completely different. I just wanted to be like Paul Harvey. For you guys who don't know who Paul Harvey is, he's a fucking old guy that I grew up on that would have a radio show every day at noontime that spoke about nothing. But it was the most interesting fucking show I ever listened to in my life, And I love what Bill Burr did. I love what Theo does by himself. I wanted to give it a try. I thought it would be great just to come up here and free ball and fucking whatever, but it didn't pan out for me, guys.
It didn't pan out for me, guys. Now, what's so interesting, he says that, I thought I was going to come up here, just do my podcast, free ball, just riff, tell his stories, but it didn't work. It didn't pan out. All right, keep a pin in that. What's that, 436? Listen to this ad here. This is so interesting. It reminds me of one of these ads that he did here. Let's see if we could catch it.
The first gi they gave me was this heavy fucking thing. Forget it. Fuji gi. They got great company they are. From the supplement.
Here. So, okay. We just heard him say, it didn't pan out for me, and we're wondering what that's about. First of all, hell yeah. Does that mean I was right? Thank you. It didn't pan out for you. Oh, how interesting. Wonder where you got that idea from. But listen to what he says in this Alpha Brain ad.
The joint is also brought to you by my favorite, Onnit. They were there when we started, and they're still there today. That tells you the type of company they are. From the supplements to the kettlebells to the club bells, to anything they have to offer, their workouts. Go to Onnit.com right now. Check out the website. Check out what they have to offer you. If you see something you like, press in fucking Church, Joey, Joint, and get 10% off your order and start your relationship with Onnit to make your life stronger. I have, and it's panned out for me little by little.
I have make your life a little bit stronger. I have, and it's panned. So when it's an ad for Alpha Brain, his life did pan out. When it's the reality, 2 minutes later, it didn't pan out. So what was that, 436?
436, but go back a little before. So
yeah, that's incredible. You just said it panned out for you when you wanted me to buy $60 Black Label Alpha Brain from Onnit, so you could get your hands on a little bit of that affiliate cash. But now you're telling me it didn't pan out for you, so should I return the Onnit that I bought with Joey Joint Church code? Beautifully said.
Give it a try. I thought it would be great just to come up here and free ball and fucking whatever, but it didn't pan out for me, guys, you know. And then guest.
And yes, it did pan out for you. Here's the surprise part of the segment. I am here to whip you back into shape and get you off your ass. You ain't quitting. You ain't going nowhere. You get back up and you start working. Your book just came out. Everybody loves you. Get back to work, pussy. You're not quitting. We're not letting you quit. Spoiler alert for the rest of this segment. All right, let's hear this guy complain and whine like a girl.
I can have Jesus on here. You guys don't want him. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, you know, and I understand. And then everything changed. Listen, man, I've been doing this podcast shit now since 2011.
It's not that long.
For a decade.
When nobody even knew what a fucking podcast was. Like, if you get in to do a podcast today...
I love how you have the dream job. The dream life. I mean, Joe Rogan literally hands you the keys to whatever kind of career you want. And that's too much for you to just sit at your desk and do an audio podcast for 1 hour. You got to give up on that. What could be so bad that this dream job isn't... What else are you going to do? Are you borrowing money from Rogan like everybody else? Because that really is happening. Ari Shafir's.
I've got a clip about that.
Yeah, we've got a clip about that coming up. I just don't understand. To quit a podcast like this is like the most selfish, little whiny, spoiled bitch attitude thing. I mean, didn't you see the Jelly Rolls fan base people? What they have to do? Could you imagine if they just had to do a 1 hour once a week audio podcast for $23,000 minimum a month? I mean, that's what your patrons are paying you. And you can't get off your ass and just do some bullshit. That's what you've been doing. It's got to be woe is me. Sorry, guys. This is too... What could have possibly happened where for $23,000 a month minimum, you can't get off your ass and record for 1 hour a week telling your bullshit stories? I mean, that's your literal job. You're quitting your job? I mean, what kind of person in their 50s just quits their job for what? You can just quit your job. I mean, you're a father. This is a father. Imagine your dad just goes, I'm quitting my job. But Dad, it's a dream job. It's so easy. I just can't do it. It's too much. Why? I don't know.
It seems like he is still uploading about 17-minute long
audio notes to the patron. So he knows he's got to appease that patron. He can't lose those. So he didn't even really think that through. He's like, I want to quit. Oh, yeah, that patron.
Some of them are only 48 seconds long. So
yeah,
just
his
updates.
updates.
Daily motivation.
But people aren't going to stick around. If he doesn't have the podcast, They're not going to stick around for 17-minute updates every 2 weeks and 48-second clips. They're not going to keep paying $23,000 a month minimum. That's if everybody's on the 5 level, which they're not. They're on that 15. Could you imagine these other guys? Brian Callen, he's got a $22 level. For what?
You have people that you look up to. Well, you know, Rogan's doing this. You know, fucking Shale Son is doing this. The Bodega Boys are doing this. When we got into it, it wasn't like we didn't know nothing. I didn't know if I had to interview people. What do you think? I fucking came up interviewing people. I'm a criminal. People interviewed me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never interviewed fucking nobody. So, you know, this is all new to us when we started this in 2011. And again,
I like how these guys are such idiots that they're like, well, Joe Rogan's podcast is an interview podcast, so I guess we do interviews? You didn't know that there were other options? I can't even tell you. I don't even want to tell these comedians
the secret,
how much bigger they could be if they went beyond interviewing people. The secret to podcast success is not in the interview.
I'm very grateful for the podcast movement because without the podcast, I would not be here. My career would have been something completely fucking different because I always wanted to have a podcast. I didn't even know what a podcast was. I just wanted the opportunity to tell my story. And that was the great thing about it. And it was so new and interesting and everybody jumped on it and we were having a great fucking time. But I had to pull the church.
Why?
When we were doing fucking tremendous. I mean,
why?
Pulling the church just lets you know where you're at.
That was his old podcast in LA.
The church was great. And I was having a great time. I mean, even during the pandemic, we were getting great numbers. Everything was working out. And once, you know, we were going to change it around. But boom, the pandemic happened and I didn't shut it down because I was brain dead then. I shut it down because it was time to fucking get the fuck out of there.
Why?
And I had to get Lee out of there and I had to get my friends out of there. And look at
why?
All the people that left, how many people?
We're all listening to this as if we totally understand what he means. Just because Rogan and Hinchcliffe and Redbar left and moved to Austin, did you think there was like a robot war in LA that was coming? I mean, every other celebrity in the world still lives there, and their Architectural Digest videos seem fine. I don't know what you thought was happening. Like, he took it really literal. Like, he took the homelessness problem is like they're really all invade. Like, he really thinks it's just like an outbreak, like a zombie thing happened. You know, and I don't think it was really as intense as he's making it out. We had to get the fuck out of there. I had to get everybody out of there.
Did we ever play that clip? I think it was on the same episode that he was talking about us. Yes, the one where he said that he bought a gun, which is illegal, by the way, because you're a felon. And he also did this whole thing where he was like, I would be walking down my street and I would see these 2 kids and what were they up to? You don't see kids like that.
Like he was going paranoid. He goes, I knew LA changed. I knew LA changed. When I looked outside, there were 2 black kids on my street.
But he was
I go, these kids ain't from this neighborhood. So what are they doing up there? The neighborhood's changing. I had to get out of there. He literally saw 2 black kids in his neighborhood after COVID and thought the whole neighborhood was going to be a gang.
Something like that.
Like he's living in the movie land. He's like really living in the past. Nothing bad happened.
I mean, Joe is a horrible best friend for him because Joe's probably scaring him.
Yeah, see, he's taking Joe like really literally about all this stuff. When Joe was just taking it as like, I'm the richest podcaster in the world. I want like my life to be super free. So I want to make it better in Texas because I don't want to abide by these lockdowns. But Joey took that information as, we got to get the fuck out of LA. It's about to blow.
Yes.
All right, let's hear some more.
Left and really left. Me, Lee, and Steve Simone. Everybody else is treading back there. Well, I wanted to go take a look. Now I'm doing sets. No, man. You got to stick to your fucking words sometimes. And that's something that's a difference between being a player and being a fucking king. You got to see certain things and you got to attack them before somebody else lets you know. Like I've always said, I've taken great pride in not have somebody telling me when I got to leave the room. I've always taken great pride in that. And that's why a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what, man, this thing is not working. We shut it down to audio just to see if it would make it a little easier. And it still felt like a struggle to me, at times.
Struggle?
And I just want to be honest with everybody that I think my podcast day is come and gone.
Well, what are you going to do?
At least I saw it. And at least I don't have to fucking have people tell you, this is over. I mean, I feel it, guys.
What?
You have to live a little to have a fucking podcast. I haven't lived the last 3 years.
Oh, really?
It's not like I've been on planes or gone to Houston.
Also, by the way,
he hasn't lived.
We make fun of Joey all the time on here, but people love him. Like when
they love him. He's got a ton of fans.
Nobody's saying he's falling off. They all in the comments needing him.
The only issue he has on the whole internet is us. That's it.
Everybody else
We're the only people in his way.
Universal.
Me and Danny Woodward. Fandom. That's about it.
Yes.
Like I guess he thinks when Danny Woodward messages him once every 2 months saying, we're coming. He takes that as like that's a big mob on the internet coming for him. Oh, yeah, I hope we're responsible for a lot of the fears.
The most interesting thing for me about having a podcast is living your fucking life and then reporting on it in a certain way that you could do it, whether it's a concert, whether it's a movie, whatever the fuck, a golf game. I don't give a fuck. But, it just wasn't working anymore. What? And for weeks, I just sat here and would say to myself, why do I keep doing this?
Woo!
Why
Loser!
do I keep doing it? Is it the money?
Idiot, nerd.
Is it, what is it? And then I realized, man, I'm out of stories. You know what?
I'm out of stories. Thank you. Rewind the tapes. God, I wish we had replays of all my best predictions. When all these people started their little podcasts, I go, wait till you see what happens when and I literally use these words, run out of stories. And now...
What is it? And then I realized, man, I'm out of stories.
I'm out of stories. Who would have thought, huh? And don't think it's not happening to Tom Segura, to Bird, to Andrew Santino, to all these posers. Podcast posers. I ain't out of no stories. I'll tell you that right now. Because I've paced myself, right? You ask me, why isn't he on every single day doing Twitter Spaces? It's called pacing yourself. I got 20 more years I got to fill with this crap. You got to pace yourself here. You got to be smart. You can't be on 5 podcasts a day running through all your stories, laughing it up. Now look what you've got. You've got nothing left. And you were all story-based on these incredible stories, right? Your life stories were really all you had. And now that you've told those, what more do you have to say? Pretty fucking pathetic.
He's got no content.
I thought you guys were genius comedians. You're supposed to be coming up with stuff. To quit like this, how pathetic, Joey.
Speaking of rewinding the tapes to you saying that everyone's going to run out of stories, I have such a good app idea if anyone builds an app.
Yeah, what is it?
This is what you should do. An app that listens to you all day and records everything you say in text form.
Yeah.
And then you can search the text
transcript
to get your thoughts from like a month
Wouldn't
ago.
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, so it's an app that's constantly recording you, which I know the guys love.
I'm fine with that.
And then you could search the transcript for things that you were saying so that you could prove that you predicted the downfall.
Right? Not a bad idea.
I could use that, yeah. All right, let's hear some more.
You know what? I just did something that on paper looked so great, but in reality was so hard. I just emptied my heart of everything I had in it. Like whether it was good or bad or things that made me embarrassed into a fucking book. And then I sat across
the book's
Mike
a mess.
And Lee and Felicia and told stories on how, these things affected my life and stuff. Well, it was great for while it lasted, but now after the book is out, I'm all out of fucking ideas, guys.
Yes.
I have nothing to compare it to.
Out of ideas.
In fact, if I don't ever have to tell a story about my fucking past again, it would make me so fucking happy.
Oh, little sick of talking about your stupid self. Huh, who would have guessed? Who would have known that talking nonstop, day in and day out, this is what I talk about the Taylor Swift concert. people can't endure as much as they think. I don't know why they're not thinking this through. Yeah, that sounded like a bad idea, to burn through all of your stories in 2 hot years and talk nonstop on podcasts day in and day out. Who would have thought you'd get sick of hearing stories about yourself?
Make me so fucking happy, guys. So in other words, yeah, I'm kind of over it a little bit. I feel bad because I know you guys are loyal soldiers and your family at this point. Listen, the people that were soldiers disappeared. The people that stuck around, the new people we got.
The people that were soldiers disappeared. His biggest fans, his biggest soldiers, he says they disappeared.
Listen, the people that were soldiers disappeared. The people that stuck around, the new people we got. You guys are family, from the Linguses to the fucking Quadrex. There's tons of names. Sergio Ortega's.
Sergio Ortega, we're coming for you.
Together since the fucking Beauty and the Beast.
Sergio Ortega is his Todd Detter. The one that got away. I'm going to need your business back, Todd. I'm working for it. Yeah, my biggest goal is to get this guy Todd Detter back to being a fan. If anyone could help.
I wonder what he's doing.
I'd like to buy Todd Detter a new townhouse. I know he likes a townhouse.
Todd Detter and me should go to the Beyonce concert.
Would you like that, Todd? Would that bring you back here into the fold? Would you like to go see Beyonce?
With me.
Because I'm not going.
Me and him.
All right, let's hear a little bit more.
Sergio Ortega and me have been together since the fucking Beauty and the Beast. And we have a relationship,
12 minutes now.
Go to 12?
Yeah, he just blah, blah, blah. Sergio this, Sergio
See, he's got
that.
plenty of stories. All right, let's go to 12 minutes. Him and Sergio sitting in a tree. All right, let's hear. Oh, and they've switched. I like this picture better.
This is how I prefer to see him.
So this was a good one. So it's another fan AI image of Joey. And it's like, okay, then put on the suit, then do your hair, then lose a few pounds if you want to be this guy. This is what they prefer you to be, a man in charge. Not some whiny, anxiety-ridden bitch whining that it's too hard to do a podcast.
There was no way I was buying a house here. I didn't want to die out there. There was no fucking way. And I'm really proud of these things right now today. And I'm at a point in my life, guys, I got to be honest with you. I don't care.
You don't care.
Like when somebody calls you and they're like, hey, man, did you listen to this thing?
Sounds depressed.
I really don't care. It's so sad,
listen
guys. It's like I stopped even listening to YouTube. My agent sent me some speakers.
Stopped even listening to YouTube. I can't imagine. That means no clients. What would I do without my clients? My whole life is made up of those clients. That's YouTube. So I can't imagine how dark it must be to not even watch YouTube anymore. That was Joey's favorite place. He would watch all the videos. But why isn't he watching YouTube anymore? Let's take a listen.
I really don't care. It's so sad, guys. It's like I stopped even listening to YouTube. My agent sent me some speakers, and I started listening to my
agent sent me some speakers. He's going to tell you how he transitioned out of just watching YouTube. His agent sent him a pair of speakers. Changed his life. He started listening to old 72s. Now that's entertainment. So he basically turned into an old stupid man. An old stupid sausage-eating, sunbathing Italian sitting outside holding court, as Josh Jenny calls it. We'll show you that tweet coming up. But that's what you want to be, just some stupid fucking papa sitting there with his mouth open with that big... That's what you want to be, listening to your little records. You could listen to music and do the best show in the world. I'm listening to music every day. Taylor Swift, the tour.
YouTube. My agent sent me some speakers, and I started listening to my fucking music again. And if not, I'll come in here and put an album on or something, but I couldn't go on YouTube anymore.
Listen.
Just that opening page.
Just that opening page?
And I'm like, where are these people coming from with all these videos about Brendan and this guy and everybody's...
The hate videos! So he opens up YouTube and his whole algorithm is me talking too funny, size on Z, right? All the meanies.
Too lazy to try.
Too lazy to try. So he's opening up YouTube and all the videos are hatred videos. So he says this.
Just that,
too much crap.
Just that opening page of, and I'm like, where are these people coming from with all these videos about Brendan and this guy and everybody's a bad guy today. And listen, I don't care about that shit, but it's like,
okay.
Well, you stopped using YouTube and went to records.
So
that's a big switch. You know, there's no commentary on those records. You're going to need your YouTube. So he's sitting at home. Okay. You know, think about this. He's been sitting at home all pandemic, watching YouTube and watching these little hate videos. He doesn't understand that it's not the end of the world. He watches these videos and he thinks it's like the walls are closing in and that these are like he doesn't understand that he thinks if it's on his feed, it's on everyone's feed. Like a lot of people are very confused about the little algorithm they're stuck in.
Isn't it funny that the algorithm that the comedians use to get so famous is also the algorithm that brings them so much pain?
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
Yes. Thank you, Clippers. You know, those Clippers were on to something. Because now every comic's algorithm is also all these little nitpicky videos of them that they really don't understand. That they're taken too seriously.
You need to understand, this is for the boys, okay?
I mean,
let us have fun.
Really, you know, these guys of this age group, the guys who came up with no internet, you know, the Joe Rogan age group, these hate videos like, you know, Kumia, all these people, they can't take these hate videos. It's like destroying them. And you're hearing one by one. We just saw Jim Brewer do it with me. Jelly Roll. He can't stand it. He wants to hang soon. Hang me. He would hang me like this.
And he easily could. I mean, you could not fight that.
Well, I'm taking an actual... I've hired a guy of Jelly Roll size where I'm working on this move where I run and climb him over to get away from him.
Yes,
all I got to do is learn how to
wall climb thing.
It's like a wall climbing thing that I clip on his shirt and I go up, 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 up. Everybody cheers. And then I jump down the back. Hopefully I don't break my legs. It's stories high. So let's see. The hate videos are getting to Joey.
Like, where are these people coming from with all these videos about Brendan and this guy and everybody's a bad guy today? And listen, I don't care about that shit, but it's like, it just got old. It just got old, man. You know, I have friends now that call me and talk to me about stand-up, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Listen.
You know, the only person I talk to about stand-up and enjoy it anymore is Lee.
Joey.
I have a great time talking to Lee.
Lee Steyr. You ever seen this big goofy retard? About several thousand pounds. He's the gross. It's like, Joey, you shouldn't even be hanging around Lee Steyr. Why is he so confused? Joe Rogan is literally like willing to buy you a mansion in Austin, buy you a car, pay for your every move. And you're going to sit here and blow it all so you could sit in Papa's farting room in Jersey in that crappy little Jersistic house because you think that you're safe there from cancel culture? You're afraid of the videos. You're afraid that you're going to get exposed.
What is the thing that he said?
It's like, Joey, even if you raped somebody and it got in the news, you're fine. Your fans don't care.
You went into hiding for what? For a podcast?
Remember that? He went into hiding for what? For a podcast? Yeah, for a podcast. That's how I reacted to that. I remember I went, yeah, for a podcast. That's it. I mean, you were a guy yelling at me for hiding. You're hiding. In Jersey.
You're hiding.
You're hiding. Okay. And I'm coming for you with the cops. We've got a search warrant that I just obtained. Tell them that. Mike from Redbar obtained a search warrant. They said that he's allowed to come in with a camera crew.
Have you seen, ask him if he's seen the movie Reality on HBO Max.
Tell him, dude, it happened in reality.
That's what's happening to you.
Because he'll believe anything. You could really trick him in anything. Tell him this. Mike from Redbar got a search warrant because his dad is like big money with the police. They donate to the police. His family is like really rich. They got a search warrant. They said that they're allowing him to do a whole video tour of your house next Tuesday. You got to get your shit out of there.
You got to add one element of absurdity.
Yeah.
So the video tour is enough.
Yeah, be like...
they're going to be live streaming a video
video tour of your house.
The FBI search.
Yes, and it's like a full search. They're going to need your phone, and they have access to your computers. Tell him that. He will believe. That's how stupid he's been. All right.
I really relate to what he's doing. I like what he's doing. I like the beginnings of comedy. This shit that happens at the end, I didn't like it at all, guys.
The end. He thinks this is the end. What do you mean? This is how I feel every day, too. Like I'm in my the end of my career here. Like I'm 89.
Who are you, Seth Rogen and Jay Baruchel?
Ooh. Wait, what's that?
This is the end.
Oh, God. Seth Rogen's got a new show. What is that called? It's on Apple TV. Have you seen the show Platonic? Oh, my God.
I'm clicking.
Oh, my favorite actress is in it. Wait. No, my favorite actress is in it. Rose Byrne. Oh, Rose Byrne.
Hell yeah.
Who decided... Do people think we're hot for Rose Byrne?
They've been on-screen partners since.
No, and she wasn't good in any of those movies. So Seth Rogen is doing a new show where he's in charge. He's dressed like Ethan Klein in the show. You got to see the show. If you thought Shrinking was a good show, wait till you see Platonic. Oh, and you know it's good because it's on Apple TV's show site.
Which no one
if
ever
you're
goes to.
In the Apple TV series universe,
desperate.
You are fucked. Like if you're one of those people who thinks the morning show is like something you should be watching, you're crazy. You've really lost the idea of what it is to be human. So please check out Platonic on Apple TV Plus, which looks like a settings page, not a show. I usually skip it. I think it's the settings. That's my stance. Apple TV go, why are our numbers low? Well, a lot of people think we're a settings pane on Apple TV. You know, because it's just the Apple with a plus logo. It looks like it's like the Apple Care section of the site. I really can't stand this Apple TV Plus. Please. And it doesn't look good. Like, you ever watched a movie and it's like Amazon That's not a movie. Okay? It can't just be brought to you by a store. Okay, let's hear some more of this.
Wow, maybe Hassan is so against the Apple goggles because he's an Amazon pay pig, or the opposite of a pay
Maybe
pig.
He's into what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning of that.
He said maybe Hassan is hating on the Google goggles because he's an Amazon.
Company. Wow, yeah, he's owned, you know, him and Mr. Beast are owned by Amazon.
They want Amazon.
The same agent. They work for big Disney, big tech, big Amazon. Meanwhile, they're sitting there talking about socialism. Can you believe that? Why don't you go be social down at the Amazon factory to some of those Latinas that pack up all your high-protein donuts that you can't stop eating on stream, or all those rings that you buy on Amazon? Why don't you go socialize them? You know, how many rings should I be wearing? Should I start wearing a bunch of rings? Maybe I will get a class ring. You know? A cool football ring that says something of my liking on it, that people are always trying to figure out what it might say. Okay, let's hear some more. Joey Diaz.
Like it at all. It was a little overwhelming, and you know, guys, it's nice to give videos a break. It gets old. It doesn't. As comedians,
don't listen to that.
We don't know. We start believing what you guys say to us, and
we start believing
that you guys need more videos and you guys need more of this. And after a while, we don't see what we're doing. That we're just becoming Vince Vaughn.
Becoming Vince Vaughn?
A lot of you don't know who Vince Vaughn is. I like Vince Vaughn. He was a good actor.
A lot of you don't know who Vince Vaughn was. Could be true. So his viewers are so Jelly Roll poor that they might not know who Vince Vaughn is.
I think that he's off on this one.
You guys might not know who Vince Vaughn. Listen to what he says about Vince Vaughn.
But 20 years ago, If you had a movie about black people, you put Vince Vaughn in. If you had a movie about Chinese people,
he was in 6 films. They did come out, one after the other, but that's about it. It wasn't that wild.
You put Vince Vaughn in, and he just oversaturated himself. It was just a little too much. And now, where do you see Vince Vaughn?
Just saw him at a hockey game.
Oh, yeah. He was looking great.
In, where were we? Phoenix. I was at a low-rent hockey game in Phoenix, shot at a children's school, an auditorium, and yeah, Vince Vaughn was there, and he was trying to catch my eye.
Go Yotes.
He was wearing an outdated leather coat, and he was sitting in the 3rd row and standing up, and he kept going like this as if the audience was going to cheer.
Shit.
He looked rough.
So maybe he's right.
And, not everybody looked. The hockey games, by the way, lower the freaking lights. Jesus Christ, everybody looks like it's so bright. You could film in there perfectly. No noise.
But hey, he's taking your advice once again.
What's that?
About being on stories and podcasts.
Yeah, well, there's a middle ground to this. I'm doing the right way. If people, and I got to stop giving away all my secrets on here. You should see, for every secret I give away, accidentally, there's 1,000 secrets I keep, because you can't tell them all the tricks. It's amazing how many of these tricks and secrets that I've got. This is so easy for me to navigate, so it blows my mind when these guys, they have it all. They're making such good money. They've got the best fans in the world, and they're going to sit and find something to complain about and whine about, talking about how you don't want to become Vince Vaughn. You're already worse than Vince Vaughn. I mean, you're worse. You don't want to become Vince Vaughn. Have you seen what you became instead? And it's not this picture. Get this picture out of your mind. Think about the actual high-res version of Joey Diaz with all the dots and the lines and the sweat and the see-through hair.